And now, for the second part of the technical specification, we are here going to discuss the Symbian architecture, wherein it is subdivided into 5 layers. The upper topmost part is the UI framework, and the second layer is the application services. The third layer is the OS services, and then the fourth layer is the base services, and the last layer is the kernel and hardware. So we gotta discuss this layer one by one. Okay. For the topmost layer, it is the UI framework layer. In this part of the uh, OS, wherein you can see open libraries, so for construction of user interface. In this layer, wherein uh, cell phone manufacturing companies design their own user interface. So in this layer. And let's see in the next slide. For example, this is the various UI platform that run on the top of Symbian OS. For Nokia, uh, they uses the S60 UI, and for Ericsson and some other cell phone manufacturing company like Samsung, LG, Lenovo, and Panasonic, they use the UIQ. And in Japan, the Puma, leading manufacturing that time, they use the mobile-oriented application platform for its UI. So all the customization of user interface happen on first layer, the UI framework layer. Now we're going to the second layer, the application layer. Application layer provides support for independent application of user interface running on top of Symbian OS. In this layer, we can see here the third-party application uh, supported by the uh, Symbian OS. Like for example, Office application, uh, mail services, and also during that time, very familiar yung text handling. So there are many text handling third-party application in top of Symbian. And most of these third-party application is built around different programming language. So that's why you can see here in the right corner, so different programming language, Java, Python, Ruby, and C++, because even the UI application is created using different programming language. But of course, as I mentioned before, there's a other slide, that Symbian supported this well-known programming language. So you can see here the UI framework for customization of UI, and then the application services naman is for the third-party apps. And now we go into the third layer, OS services layer. The OS services layer is in effect the middleware layer of Symbian OS. providing the communication between application and telco standard. There are many standard in telco. For example, the most common is the GSM, and then eventually uh, the Edge and the GPRS. No? So this layer, the OS layer, uh, he has some sort of generic OS that the primary function is to see to it that the application, or for example, text encode application, is uh, updated to the or compatible to the uh, telco standard that is present. And among another important framework and libraries found in this OS service layer is the multimedia framework, uh, providing framework support for cameras, still and moving images. So at that time, you can send MMS through phone. So that's why in this layer is also support multimedia. And you can see also in this layer the connectivity options. No? It is has a support for the Bluetooth connectivity and Wi-Fi connectivity, and even to the transfer of files from personal computer. So basically, that's the uh, function of these OS services.